The sport of duck hunting can be traced back centuries to colonial times. It has a tremendous history in South Carolina that has continued through many generations.
Duck hunting in South Carolina is indeed a very popular sport. Good many thousand of our citizens who are hunters pursue ducks for sport. We estimate somewhere in the neighborhood of about 30 to 35,000 hunters purchase duck stamps for the purpose of hunting. Incredibly popular, lots of enthusiasm, tremendous for the economy, and statewide very popular.
With the growth and development seen throughout the state, along with damaging storms and rising sea level on the coast, could this popular sport be negatively impacted?
Growth and development certainly is going on, but there are many, many programs that we're engaged in with our conservation partners, other agencies, to protect and preserve important habitats that contain ponds that are managed for waterfowl for when they winter in South Carolina. This has been a program that's been going on for well over 30 years, and we've protected most of these habitats. They cannot be developed and cannot be encroached on.
One of those partners is the Catfish Farm in Marion, located near the PD River.
It's getting harder and harder in areas that are not actively managed for waterfowl to have concentrations of waterfowl that are high enough to enjoy the sport of duck hunting or even, substantial bird watching. And it's somewhat arrogant, I think, for people to think that they have as much of an effect on these types of things as we do. But on the other hand, we certainly have had a negative effect on the habitat, and it stands to reason that going back and creating and fostering and preserving the habitat that we do have is a necessary step to keep the population healthy.
At the Catfish Farm, they have 16 different species of ducks, not just for hunting, but also for bird watching, and they're intent in making an appealing habitat for these waterfowl.
In South Carolina, there are a number of organizations and individuals, and of course our DNR and the federal government as well, trying to promote habitat creation, habitat preservation to help try to rebuild that population. And there are a lot of ideas about how to do that, but food and habitat are the keys to the success of any animal population, and now it requires active management and help from us to sort of undo the damage that's been done or compensate for the damage that's been done to the waterfowl habitat in South Carolina.
LYNN Collins, the property manager at the Catfish Farm, has been doing this for decades and believes that providing a safe environment is key to the future of waterfowl.
If you're able to provide the food, the water, and the cover, you're going to have ducks in most cases. It's all about habitat and providing the food, the cover, and not a lot of hunting pressure.
And that keeps these birds coming back.
The ducks, they get imprinted to returning back to areas where they've gone in the past and had a pleasurable experience. And by pleasurable experience, I say not a lot of pressure, good food, good habitat, and the ducks, they will actually go back, raise their young, and bring their young back year after year, as long as we provide the habitat, the quality habitat, and manage it, so that there's not so much hunting pressure to where, the ducks can enjoy what's here.
With the dedication and work of private landowners and the State Department of Natural Resources, the sport of duck hunting should last for many generations to enjoy.
It's all about habitat preservation and protection in perpetuity, to set these lands aside so they'll be available for many, many generations to come.